Mhm. Well, it's looking like we're live. I'm gonna believe that we're live. And of course, I have a hair right on my lip at this very moment. It's always perfect when that happens. And okay, once again, we are here for Tea Talk. I hope everybody's doing really well. And I'm excited about what we're talking about today because we're going to be falling back an hour with the time change that's coming up just this Sunday. That's on the 3rd here. And you'd think that gaining an hour would be all positives, right? An extra hour of sleep. But here's the catch. Even gaining an hour can disrupt our body's internal clock in surprising ways. If you think about it, when we shift the clock, we're nudging our natural circadian rhythm, and our bodies are used to a set rhythm based on cues like light and temperature. So this 1 hour shift can mess even with those cues. So even though this seems like a really small adjustment, it can take up to a week for some people to fully adapt to it, especially if you're used to a set sleep and wake schedule. Now, here's a wild stat. Did you know that during the spring time change, heart attacks spike by 24% on the following Monday? In the fall, we don't see that level of health impact, but we still see a jump in accidents and mood disturbances like increased irritability or, feeling off for no apparent reason. And our bodies really do notice that 1 hour change. So, how can you prepare yourself for this time change in a way that'll leave you feeling balanced and ready, no shock to the system? I'm going to share some powerful strategies that go beyond just your simple go to bed earlier. Well, first off, you can start by banking your sleep ahead of time by giving yourself a sleep buffer. Even if it's just a few days before the time change, say on Thursday or Friday, add 15 minutes of sleep each night. You really can think of it as actually banking sleep. So when the clocks change, your body's had a bit of a buffer. So it's like setting aside a little extra energy, just like you would put away a few extra dollars for, unexpected expenses. Okay. You could also use light to your advantage. It's one of the biggest regulators of our body clock. Once the time changes, spend some time in bright morning light as soon as you wake up. It signals your body, it basically tells your body, hey, it's daytime now. And that helps to reset your circadian rhythm faster. Natural sunlight is best, but sometimes that's not always possible. So you can always use a nice bright indoor light. That works very well too. And here's something most people don't realize. Avoiding bright light in the evening becomes even more critical after the time change. So you want to dim your lights around your home an hour or two before bed. And this is going to help your body to produce more melatonin, and that's that sleep hormone, so that you can settle into a more restful sleep. Okay, another thing, you can shift your meal times gradually. Food intake, it has a surprising effect on our internal clock. It's almost like a mini reset button. So to get ahead of the time change, you can try shifting your meal times by 15 minutes each day for a few days leading up to that change. Now, this subtle shift cues your body to adjust its rhythm so that you're not hungry or too full at unusual times after the change. And did you know temperature is also a major player in regulating our sleep? Our body temperature naturally drops a few degrees at night, and that helps us to fall and stay asleep. So when we change the clocks, this temperature rhythm can get thrown off too. And here's a little trick. You can keep your bedroom slightly cooler than usual, somewhere around 65 Fahrenheit. For us Canucks is 18 degrees Celsius. That's pretty ideal for most people. And if you can, take a warm bath or a shower an hour before bed. It sounds counterintuitive, I get that, but that warm bath actually triggers a drop in body temperature afterwards, which helps you to sleep better. And this can make the transition a little easier too. Another trick to get your sleep back on track is boosting what's called sleep pressure. Now, this is the body's need for sleep that builds up throughout the day. Physical activity naturally increases sleep pressure. So the more active that you are, the more ready for sleep you're going to feel. And you can try to fit in a bit more movement each day leading up to the time change, like walking, stretching, even just light exercise will help. Doesn't take much. But just make sure it's at least a few hours before bed so that it's not interfering with your winding down. All right. Now, if you're feeling particularly groggy on the first day after a time change, a quick nap can help, but there's a science to this. You want to keep it short, around 15, 20 minutes. And you can also try something that's called nappuccino. Okay. And what that is you drink a small cup of coffee right before your nap because it takes about 20 minutes for the caffeine to kick in. So by the time you wake up, you're going to feel doubly refreshed. Kind of cute, right? But don't nap for too long or you're going to end up messing up your sleep schedule as well. There goes the tongue tripping. I almost got through today, but no such luck. All right. Now, even if your bedtime shifts a little bit, sticking to the same wake up time every day, yes, even on weekends, is going to give your body a steady anchor point. And research shows that wake up time consistency helps your circadian rhythm stay on track, even if your bedtime varies. So if you can, commit to one wake up time, especially for the first few days after the time change. You'll notice that getting up feels easier and your energy is better throughout the day. Okay, one last tip for easing into sleep is something that you can do right in bed. And you've heard me talk about this many times. It's called mindful breathing. This is a little bit of a different method. It's called 4-7-8 breathing. And all that is you breathe in for 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale slowly for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And what that does is it slows down your heart rate and it relaxes your body. And that makes it easier for you to fall asleep, especially during the transitions like time changes. It's simple, but it's incredibly effective. So adjusting to a 1 hour time change, it might seem like a minor thing, but a little prep can go a long ways in helping you adapt quickly, and you're going to feel more energized rather than that groggy feeling out of sync feeling. So try a few of these tips and see which one makes the biggest difference for you. And so this time when we fall back, you'll have a few tricks up your sleeve to make that transition smooth and keep your rhythm nice and steady. If you enjoyed this show and you like this sort of information, please join my free online wellness center. It's DannyCadeWellness.com. And all you need is your name and email address. You can find out all kinds of interesting health tips, very much like this. There's great recipes, there's webinars from the past, the ones coming up, and a whole lot more. And if you did enjoy this show, I do have a channel on YouTube. Again, it's Danny Cade Wellness. And you're more than welcome to subscribe there and cherry pick through what intrigues you. Okay, I do have a Facebook community. It's Danny's Wellness Tribe, and you can find me there. And I hope you join us. We just finished a sugar challenge, and we're going to be starting up another one here real quick. It's going to be an awesome pre-holiday reset, and I hope you join us for that too. So I will put the links above for you. You can check all of those out. And of course, as you know, we do have a webinar coming up. It's just I really can't tell you a whole lot more about it, but it's going to be exciting. All right. Thanks for being here, everyone. I'm so glad that we got a chance to do this. And I will be here tomorrow for my weekly wellness show. And I do hope you join me then because I'm probably going to tell you a little bit more about the upcoming webinar then. All right. Take care, everyone. Thanks for being here. Until then, bye for now.